Life isn't always fair, is it? We all have our struggles, money problems, heartbreaks, or just feeling stuck. And sure, we complain, wishing for a bigger paycheck, a better job, or a smoother ride through life. But while we're stuck in what-ifs, there are incredible people out there facing challenges we can't even imagine, like living with extreme body deformities. Not long ago, these conditions were misunderstood, even feared. In ancient times, they were seen as curses or punishments, and those born differently were often shunned or left to fend for themselves. But today, we know better, or at least, we're trying to. In today's video, we'll take a look at 15 amazing people with extreme body deformities whose stories are as unique as their conditions. Number 15. Dede Koswara. You might have heard of him as the Tree Man, but Dede Koswara wasn't exactly living in the woods. Born with a rare condition called epidermodysplasia verruciformis, his body grew warts that looked like tree bark. His hands and feet became so covered in these growths that they were more like heavy branches than limbs. Imagine trying to do everyday stuff, like grabbing a coffee or tying your shoes, when your hands feel like they're holding onto logs. In 2008, Dede made his way to the US for treatment, where doctors removed over 6 kilograms of growths. But as you might guess, this condition wasn't just going to quit that easily. The warts came back, and Dede needed 2 surgeries a year to keep things under control. Sadly, Dede passed away in 2016 at 44, but his story still inspires people today. There is no cure for this tree man condition. Once someone has it, they'll always have it. But Dede's fight for a better life is what makes him truly amazing. Number 14. Petero Byakatonda. Petero Byakatonda grew up in a small village in Uganda, carrying a burden that no child should have to face. He was born with Crouzon syndrome, a rare condition that causes severe skull deformities. For Petero, it was extreme. His skull pushed his eyes out of their sockets and pulled his ears downward, leaving him struggling to see and hear. In a place far from modern hospitals, there was no early treatment for Petero. Instead, he faced cruel ridicule from neighbors who shunned him for his appearance. Feeling rejected, Petero spent most of his days hidden away in his room. His life took a turn when a passing doctor noticed his condition. Determined to help, the doctor raised enough funds to bring Petero to Austin, Texas for surgery. Over 6 months, doctors reshaped his skull, relieving pressure on his brain and eyes. Despite complications during a second surgery, Petero survived. Today, he lives happily in his village with his family. Number 13. Mandy Sellars. Now, this is a story of strength and perseverance. Mandy Sellars from Lancashire, UK, lives with Proteus syndrome, one of the rarest medical conditions. It affects only about 120 people in the world. The condition has caused her legs to grow massively, weighing 95 kilograms and measuring over a meter in circumference. Living with such a rare condition hasn't been easy. Mandy has to rely on custom-made shoes, each costing $4,000, and a specially adapted car that allows her to drive without using her feet. But that's just the surface of her struggle. The real toil came when Mandy developed deep vein thrombosis and MRSA, forcing doctors to amputate one of her legs. Even then, the remaining portion kept growing, eventually outgrowing her prosthetic. After years of surgeries, she was finally fitted with a prosthetic that worked for her. Mandy's life is proof that even when faced with unimaginable challenges, determination can lead to a life of independence and hope. Number 12. Didier Montalvo. Didier Montalvo, a young boy from rural Colombia, was born with a super rare condition called congenital melanocytic nevus. This caused moles to sprout all over his body at an alarming rate. One mole decided to go big or go home. It grew so large it covered his entire back, making him look like he had a turtle shell. The nickname Turtle Boy followed him everywhere, thanks to the not-so-kind imagination of his peers. To make matters worse, Local superstition blamed his condition on an eclipse during his conception, labeling it the work of the devil. As if carrying a massive mole wasn't enough, Didier was also ostracized by his community and banned from school. But then, British surgeon Neil Bulstrode came. Hearing about Didier's condition, he traveled to Bogotá and successfully removed the mole when Didier was just 6. Today, Didier is mole-free, back in school, and living his best, devil-free life. All right, now let's head over to number 11, Minh Anh. If there are words that can truly capture resilience, Minh Anh's story might just define them. Born in Vietnam with a mysterious skin condition that causes his skin to flake and form scales, Minh's life has been anything but ordinary. His condition, likely caused by Agent Orange, a toxic chemical from the Vietnam War, means he constantly overheats and needs regular baths to stay comfortable. Fellow orphans nicknamed him Fish, a cruel reminder of his struggles. Minh's frustrations often led to violent outbursts, and staff at the orphanage resorted to tying him to his bed to control him. But everything changed when Brenda, a 79-year-old woman from the UK, entered his life. Visiting Vietnam annually, she formed a deep bond with Minh, becoming his champion and friend. Brenda convinced the staff to abandon their harsh methods and helped find someone to take Minh swimming, a newfound joy that transformed his life. Number 10. The Mask. Kang, a 14-month-old baby from China, captured global attention with his unique appearance, resembling a child wearing a mask. Kang was born with a rare facial cleft condition that gave him what appeared to be a second face layered over his own. The cause of this rare condition remains uncertain, with theories ranging from genetic mutations to environmental factors. Life was far from easy for Kang and his family, as his appearance led to stares, whispers, and judgment from society. Despite the challenges, his family was determined to give him a normal life. With significant effort and resources, they managed to fund an intricate surgery to reconstruct Kang's face. The procedure, conducted by skilled surgeons, was a success. Kang's transformation not only restored his physical appearance, but also gave him a new lease on life. Today, he thrives, no longer overshadowed by his condition, and inspires countless others with his story of resilience and hope. Number 9. José Mestre. José Mestre from Lisbon, Portugal, is nothing short of a medical marvel. At just 14, a small growth appeared on his lip. Over the years, it morphed into a massive facial tumor weighing over 12 pounds. The condition left him unable to see from one eye and made basic functions like eating, sleeping, and breathing a daily struggle. José's remarkable story became a global sensation as he endured decades of this life-altering growth. Tragically, local superstition and fear kept him from receiving early treatment. Finally, in 2010, after over 40 years, José traveled to Chicago for a groundbreaking surgery that removed the tumor. The procedure was a resounding success, giving him the ability to eat and breathe freely for the first time in decades. José's story is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the miracles of modern medicine. Today, he inspires others with his courage and determination to reclaim his life. Number 8. Manar Maged. Manar Maged, born in 2004 in Cairo, Egypt, captured global headlines as the baby with two heads. She and her twin were conjoined at the head, but her twin, who could only smile and cry, had no independent brain function. Doctors determined that Manar's survival depended on separating her from her twin, a complex and risky surgery. At just 10 months old, Manar underwent the groundbreaking procedure. While the surgery saved her life, her twin sadly passed away due to loss of blood supply. Manar initially showed signs of recovery, but complications arose, and she tragically passed away less than a year later from an infection. Her story brought attention to the complexities of conjoined twins and the limits of medical science. Though her life was brief, Manar's journey left a profound impact, highlighting both the possibilities and the challenges of life-saving surgery in extreme medical cases. Number 7. Rudy Santos. Rudy Santos, a man from the Philippines, lived a life unlike any other due to a condition called craniopagus parasiticus. He was born with a parasitic twin, resulting in an extra pair of arms, legs, and even partial facial features attached to his body. In his younger years, Rudy gained fame in the sideshow circuit, earning the nickname Octoman and captivating audiences with his unique appearance. Despite the fame, Rudy disappeared for years, falling into poverty and isolation. When rediscovered, doctors offered to surgically remove the parasitic twin, but Rudy declined, stating he had grown attached, literally and emotionally, to his condition. Now, in his 70s, Rudy lives a quiet life, and his story is a mix of awe and admiration. His decision to live with his unique body has made him a symbol of self-acceptance, teaching the world that beauty and identity come in many forms. Number 6. Frank Lentini. You must have heard of remarkable stories, but Frank Lentini's life truly stands out. Known as the three-legged wonder, Frank was born in 1889 with a third leg, a second pelvic bone, an additional set of male organs, and even a tiny foot growing from his knee. His condition was the result of sharing the womb with a twin that never fully separated. Shockingly, the midwife who delivered him fled the room in terror, setting the tone for a challenging start to life. As a child, Frank struggled with depression. Doctors refused to remove his extra leg, fearing complications. Seeking support, his parents enrolled him in an institution for children with deformities. There, Frank saw others facing greater challenges, which shifted his perspective. "From that time to this, I've never complained," he said. Frank went on to become a celebrated performer with Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus, earning admiration as the King. Number 5. Xia Yuanhai. Xia Yuanhai, a 53-year-old from Laotu village in Chongqing, China, might not have asked for an alien-like appearance, but life gave him one anyway. Xia has facial hyperplasia, a condition that causes his tissues to grow uncontrollably, enlarging his face to such extremes that it crushed his teeth and left him deaf. The condition began in adulthood and progressed gradually, but medical treatment was far too expensive for his family. As years passed, Xia's face became severely deformed, leaving him unrecognizable. Now, his brother Xia Yuanhai is on a mission to raise funds for life-changing surgery. Despite the challenges, Xia has maintained his resilience. If successful, this surgery could give him not just a new face, but a new lease on life. Let's hope his alien phase gets a sequel worthy of applause, because everyone deserves a chance to feel at home in their own skin. Number 4. Adam Pearson. Adam Pearson isn't just a face in the crowd, he's a force to be reckoned with. Born in 1985 in Croydon, London, Adam has neurofibromatosis type Y, a condition that causes non-cancerous tumors to grow on nerve tissue. His twin brother Neil shares the condition, though it manifests differently. Adam's first tumor appeared after a bump on his head at age 5, and it never left. But Adam didn't let his condition define him. Armed with a degree in business management, he carved out a career in TV production, working on shows like The Undateables and Beauty and the Beast, The Ugly Face of Prejudice. Adam later took his talents to the big screen, starring alongside Scarlett Johansson in Under the Skin. Adam uses his platform to challenge disfigurement stigma and raise awareness, proving that humor, determination, and a dash of stardom can redefine how the world sees beauty. Number 3. Sophia. Sophia, a 9-year-old with a smile that could melt hearts, has endured more than most people could imagine. Born with Rett syndrome, facial deformities, and conditions affecting her hands and feet, she's undergone 22 surgeries, relies on a feeding tube, and faces daily challenges. Yet, Sophia communicates through her eyes and sounds, radiating joy and resilience. Her mother, Natalie Weaver, is her fiercest advocate. When internet trolls posted vile comments and even suggested Sophia shouldn't exist, Natalie went to war. She demanded Twitter remove the offensive post and fought to add disability as a hate speech category. Her efforts paid off when Twitter finally took action. Beyond combating trolls, Natalie educates people about disability rights and Medicaid's role in keeping children like Sophia alive. To her, Sophia is not a burden, but a light in her life. As Natalie says, because of her, I know what true happiness is. Number 2. Alamjan Nematilaev. Fetus in the fetus is a rare developmental abnormality occurring in about 1 in 500,000 births. The exact cause is unclear, but scientists believe it happens during early pregnancy when one fetus is absorbed into the other. While many parasitic twins are small and underdeveloped, some grow significantly, even developing limbs, hair, and basic facial features. Alamjan Nematilaev from Kazakhstan unknowingly carried his parasitic twin for over 7 years. In 2003, a school doctor noticed his swollen abdomen and referred him to the hospital. Initially thought to be a cyst, doctors were stunned during surgery to find a 2-kilogram baby with hair, teeth, and nails inside him. The doctor remarked that Alamjan's abdomen resembled a 6-month pregnancy. While his parents blamed radiation from Chernobyl, experts dismissed this theory. Alamjan recovered fully, but even today, he remains unaware of the incredible secret his body once held. Number 1. Joseph Merrick. Probably the most well-known and most amazing person on this list is Joseph Merrick, or the Elephant Man. Born in 1836, the Englishman became a celebrity in London and also gained fame around the world. He was born with Proteus syndrome, a condition that causes huge lumps to develop on the skin and the bones to deform and thicken. Joseph's mother died when he was 11 and he was rejected by his father. He left home at a young age and worked in Leicester before contacting a showman. He was the main actor and gained his stage name, the Elephant Man. Due to the size of his head, Joseph had to sleep sitting up. His head was so heavy that it was impossible for him to sleep lying down. One night in 1890, he attempted to sleep like normal people and dislocated his neck in the process. He was found dead the next morning. Hope you have found this video interesting. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating content like this. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.